Hi everybody, how is it going today? It's now January 29, about noon, and we're going to go over Bitcoin really quickly. So, my thoughts on the Tether issue first of all. I want to let everyone know that as a trader or investor in any market, we should only play with the amount of money that we are 100% willing to lose. Oh, I forgot to say, if you guys really appreciate these videos, I would also appreciate an upvote on steemit. And make sure you also like, subscribe, and share the stuff on YouTube and on Twitter as well. So you guys should only play with what you're willing to lose. And also keep in mind that trading and investing deals with a lot of our emotions, right? So the more we believe in things like the Tether issue, or the more we think about it rather, the more overwhelmed we're going to be. So my thought is very simple. Only keep the amount of money that I'm willing to lose online. And I've come to accept the fact a long time ago that there could be a major possibility of the market crashing, or another, whatever, Mount Gox. Is that what it is? Yeah, Mount Gox there. An issue where there could be a hack or even a Tether issue like this happening. So at the end of every week, guys, whatever I profit, I withdraw to my bank account there in fiat where it's safe, and I only keep a very limited amount of funds for day trading and for shorter term investments like Ethereum and SIA, which I'm holding. So I don't really care, guys, if something happens to Tether and if I lose all my money, because I've come to accept that fact already, that it is very, not a likely possibility, but it is a possibility that it can happen. So all these people asking me on Twitter and YouTube about Tether, asking me if I know about the Tether issue, asking me if I know who bitfinex is. Guys, of course I know who it is. I do this full time for a living, 16 hours a day in front of the computer. I'm very in tune with the market and what is going on fundamentally as well. That affects me especially, right? So you guys really need to check your emotions at the door and stop asking, what do you think of the Tether issue? The most important thing is, what do you think about the Tether issue? Not what I think, okay? Because I've accepted the risk that I could lose all of my money, okay? That I could easily lose all of my money. And if that happens, so be it. It's my risk. I've come to assume it as well. And you guys should do the same thing instead of asking other people, what do you think of the Tether issue? It does not matter what they think at all. All that matters is what you think, okay? So we're going to go over this right here. I mentioned in my blog yesterday on steemit that I thought the bears have regained control, and they certainly have. So we were in this type of ascending triangle that finally broke yesterday, if you guys remember, or 2 days ago rather, that finally broke to the upside. And this right here, this general area right here is a resistance level, not a key resistance, but a resistance level. Resistance levels to me consider some sort of bull traps or bear traps, and key resistances would be a peak point at the max. So I will consider this blue line or this red box basically a resistance slash support. Used to be a resistance right there that we broke through it, came down right here, acted as a temporary support, and we broke through it. And if we look over the past, about since 1 in the morning, so for about 12 hours now, we noticed that we were trying to break through this resistance point many times. And what ended up happening on a lower time frame is that we just broke out of it. We simply just broke out of it very easily right here. Okay, we broke through it from the 55 EMA line right there. And if we look on a 4-hour time frame, sorry, not a 4-hour, a 1 day, what worries me right now is this bearish engulfing candle. A bearish engulfing candle has opened up with a higher high and closes with a lower low. So this bearish engulfing candle, the body itself engulfs the small body of the previous day. So that definitely worries me a little bit as well right now. So what am I expecting from Bitcoin over the next few days? I'm expecting it, or even few hours, I'm expecting it to hit about the 11,200, 100 ranges, because it's only logical that we're going to face this type of resistance or support now, right? In this particular region. So this whole region will act as a support now, this red box. So we cannot break through a key resistance right there. So remember I was talking about trending in here, trending in there, right? Well, that's not going to happen because we just broke through it very, very easily. So now what ends up happening is we have this region basically to work with, right? We have this specific region right here to work with. And as a day trader, I'm not going to be entering too many positions today unless we reach some oversold criterias of mine, right? So I'm going to be waiting for the next few days to enter a really nice swing position based on what happens here. So I'm looking for this box basically to unravel, and I think that it will eventually be hit, and we have to test the resistance again. That's my theory. Or support again, okay? We're going to trend along this line right here or somewhere there, and eventually we're going to reach this critical breakout area that will apex into here, and something will drastically happen, whether it goes up or down. And as much as we would like to do an Elliot wave on here, the reason why you don't see anyone doing an Elliot wave analysis on here is because it's simply very difficult, put it that way, okay? It's simply too hard to do. This Elliot wave, if anyone can count it, I'll be darned, okay? I see this as an ABC sort of, and if we're assuming that that could still make a one-to-one correction, then very likely that this could just be all of 4, right? This could just be all of subwave 4, and then we make another 5th touch somewhere down to the 8K range, right around there. And we also do a one-to-one fib extension right here, and we can still see the, you know, the very easy 8K range, which is possibly right down here. So I don't discount it for a moment. And in fact, I don't really care, guys, what happens, to be honest, to Bitcoin. It doesn't matter at all to me. I'm an expert shorter, and I'm a bear at heart. I'm literally a bear at heart. I prefer to play bear markets because it's what I specialize in. Even though I don't want the bear market, I don't mind it in the least. I'm very successful in the bear market, as you guys have seen on my Twitter there. I love shorting. It is what I specialize in. So for the people that are really worried about whether it goes up or down, I really highly suggest you guys learn a little bit about shorting. Not that I'm a financial advisor, but you know, shorting is half of the game, right? The bulls make money, the bears make money, and the pigs and the sheep, they all get slaughtered. So, because we rejected this critical resistance area right around the 11,400, 500 range there, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be trending in this specific region in here now. So in terms of plays, there's not a lot of plays to be made right now. We might even get some sideways action for a while and just trend literally right around here, right? So there's a lot of information right now to digest with Bitcoin, and there's not a lot of opportunity to day trade Bitcoin specifically as well. On a 2-hour chart, we simply cannot stay above the 55 EMA. And last night, we actually fell down to about 11,000. So it's very logical for us to assume as well that this is going to be a critical point right here, right? We're gonna first of all see what's going to happen right here. Sure, we might get a slight uptrend. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong that it may not move up and down, right? Just because I say, oh, we're going to go down, doesn't mean that it's not going to be able to tick up $100 or $200. What we have to acknowledge is massive symmetric triangle that's forming right now. Okay, we have to acknowledge all these this descending slope line right here, where you're taking just the wickends, right, or at the end of the body. We have to acknowledge that as well. So this is absolutely wedging into some critical points right now. As much as I would love to have a bull market right now, when we're rejecting even a 55 EMA there, it's really hard for me to believe that we're going to end up trending to 13,000, 14,000, like a lot of Twitter people have said. Twitter just turned a bull all of a sudden just because we got a decent weekly candle close, which is, you know, okay there. If you guys believe it's a bull market, good luck with your long positions before we get any confirmation there. You guys are just going to lose a lot of money by guessing which way the market goes, which rather than acting on or rather than being reactive instead of predictive, right? So I'm looking at it on the bigger picture today, not really from a day trading perspective. I'll be looking at other coins for day trading, but you know, we delete this trend line right there, and we just acknowledge the fact that it's very likely that we are going to trend right into here, as I've been mentioning for days now. And until this key area breaks out, I will not enter any massive positions yet. I will be playing very small positions, to me, like $3,000 to $5,000 only for day trading. And I'll be more comfortable playing 5 figures once we break out of this right here, which will be before February 2nd. So we also have to consider all the people who have weak hands, all the people that get caught up in the FUD, and there's a lot of them. There's not a lot of strong traders out there, I assure you, okay? The majority of the market are full of people who, you know, 99% of people lose in the stock market for a reason. It's because they get caught up in all this FUD and they lose sight of themselves and they want to see everyone else's opinion because they can't formulate their own opinion. Don't be one of those people, guys. Just accept the fact that we are going to trend down between this area here. We're no doubt going to go between 11,750 to, 10,700 to 11,700. That is not considered an uptrend of any sort, guys. So you have to give this time. You have to let it play out before you make any decisions, in my opinion. Because if you make any decisions now, you're just guessing. I mean, the only decision that I could possibly make is maybe if it hits this trend line down here, right? Right here, I set my stop loss slightly lower than here. And I will target somewhere at the top of this peak for a really crappy 6% gain. It's really bad in my opinion, but the risk to reward is very small, right? So we're talking about very, very slim pickings right now. We're talking about a range of literally like 7-8% at most. And I'm not really cool with playing these type of ranges, but it's something I might consider doing. So we've already downticked about $100 since I've made this video right here. Since we rejected these massive resistances over here, like I mentioned earlier, there's no doubt in my mind that we're gonna first of all test right here, the previous low around 11K right there. And then if we cannot hold that, then of course we're gonna trend lower. So once again, these are my thoughts with Bitcoin. I firmly believe that a bull market or a bear market right now is off the table. I more so believe that it's going to enter a short-term bull market and break down because of all this FUD going on, especially, right? Not only that, we couldn't break through key resistance points already. So now we got to sit tight and we got to wait, guys, because we have no official trend. Though what I will say to people is you guys watch these areas right here where you draw in your critical support lines, okay? If we bounce off of there for all the risk takers and don't mind smaller gains, of course that there's a chance for us to bounce off of like 11,800, 11,900 range, and for us to get to 11,600, 700 ranges again, where we conform to this symmetric triangle in here. So anyways, these are my quick thoughts for Bitcoin. I got no long-term prediction. I'm a very reactive trader once again. I wanted to finish this apex right here, or this pattern right here, and then I will play the breakout on it depending on which way it goes. So these are my quick thoughts for Bitcoin. I appreciate you guys watching my video, and make sure you also upvote, which I'd really appreciate on steemit there, and also like, subscribe, and share all the stuff as well on YouTube and on Twitter. Take care, guys. Have yourselves a great afternoon. Bye now.